I am delighted to present the ROBIE Achievement in Industry Award to Paul Polman.
Mr. Polman is escorted tonight by Shamika Simonis, a JRF Cornell University scholar. Shamika is a junior at Cornell University, majoring in human biology, health, and society.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, I don't have that same passion as Joe just exhibited. If we would all have about 10% of that, the world would be a much better place already. So thanks very much, Greg, for the kind introduction. And I'd like to personally thank Rachel, obviously Sharon, David, Della, Leonard, who's on our table, and the entire GRF organization for their leadership and vision. On behalf of Unilever, I'm deeply honored to accept this award. It is definitely humbling to be among such a distinguished group of guests and honorees, both past and present. But, Joe, Jesse, my warmest congratulations to you and to all of the Jackie Robinson Foundation Scholarship recipients and alumni that are gathered here with us this evening. It was mentioned before that Jackie Robinson said, "A life is not important except the impact it has had on other lives." At Unilever, we also strive to have a positive impact on the life of about the 2 billion consumers around the world who use our products every day. And we're proud to be part, obviously, in helping the Jackie Robinson legacy to live on. And we were first sponsors, actually, as you saw, of the foundation already in 1973. And since then have witnessed the achievement and educational advancement that this foundation has nurtured. Our partnership actually began with Ralph Ward, who was at that time the CEO of Cheeseberry Pond. Ralph was so committed to GRF that he set up the Ralph E. Ward Achievement Award, which was in 1989, an annual recognition for the graduating GRF scholar with the highest cumulative GPA. And obviously, Greg, as you saw here, was one of the first, or the first, recipient of that award. In 2003, we established the Unilever Legacy of Leadership Award to honor a Jackie Robinson Foundation scholar who demonstrates exemplary leadership and has made a positive impact on society. GRF scholars continue to inspire us every year with their accomplishments. And obviously the current foundation scholars and their alumni are true ambassadors of Jackie's legacy. You reflect Jackie's spirit of community service, inspiration, and commitment to ensure a brighter future for all. Now, these are values we also seek to emulate at Unilever. Respecting and leveraging diversity is a big part of this. We are actually a business that I believe derives strength through diversity. Every day, 163,000 wonderful Unilever people in 150 countries, representing over 100 nationalities, engage together in a common mission to create a better future every day through our brands that actually help people feel good, look good, and get more out of life. I was recently in Indonesia, one of our largest and oldest businesses we have. It operates under the banner Unity through Diversity, but it could easily have been emblematic of the company as a whole. Underpinning our mission is a belief that the success rests not just simply on shareholder value creation, but on shared value creation, with a clear long-term benefit for our stakeholders, our communities, our consumers, and our employees. It cannot be a bolt-on or just a philanthropy, or it cannot be just practiced one week and dropped the next. It has to be deeply ingrained in the way we do business. The idea of shared value creation can only be achieved if diversity of race, creed, gender, culture, and background are fully respected. Unfortunately, some businesses have lost sight of this in recent years. They would do well to reflect on the words of one of the books I read and I certainly enjoy, which is from Viktor Frankl, Man's Search of Meaning. In this book, he actually said something very perceptive, which would be of tremendous relevance to the world, and it's based on what you did here in this country. He actually mentioned that when they built the Statue of Liberty on the East Coast, which has given us tremendous opportunities, they actually forgot to build a statue of responsibility on the West Coast. Now, we have great examples over many continents. In India, we have a Shakti program that has allowed over 65,000 women in some of the poorest and most remote parts of the country to become self-sufficient by selling our products in more than 100,000 rural villages. This was a deliberate attempt to empower these women, not just enabling them to gain self-respect and independence, but because we knew that through women, earnings were more likely to be spent on their children, their families, healthcare, etc. They are actually the essential building blocks of society. I had the pleasure to meet President Zuma the last Friday in London on his visit, and I was able to brief him on the work we're doing in South Africa to promote black empowerment, recruiting heavily amongst the underrepresented groups for the next generation of managers. Here in the US, we have 5 diversity networks dedicated to increasing diversity awareness, promoting community service, and driving recruitment efforts. Our African American Business Network, for example, focuses on youth and professional development programs. In addition, our commitment to GRF, we support the National Urban League Black Executive Exchange Program, through which Unilever ambassadors spend time at historically black colleges and universities, networking with students and serving as professional role models. I know that Jackie's son, David Robinson, appreciates how everyday actions can create such a tremendous impact. Through his vision for Sweet Unity Farms, he has worked to establish an African-American-owned branded coffee business that helps farmers, their villages, and their families in Tanzania, a tremendous extension of the Robinson family legacy. Jackie truly had a deep sense of what I call the 3 Ps: purpose, unparalleled passion, and an unmatched positive outlook. It was the Dalai Lama who reminded us that if you seek enlightenment for yourself, simply to enhance yourself and your position, you miss the purpose. But if you seek enlightenment for yourself to enable you to serve others, you are actually with purpose. Purpose, I believe, is not genuine without passion. The kind of passion I try to bring to my work with the blind through the Kilimanjaro Trust and the Perkins School for the Blind here in Massachusetts. We serve over 60,000 deaf and deaf-blind children, giving them the right to education, brailles, and obviously, hopefully, a career that we all aspire to. The blind actually have a wonderful gift for helping us to see clarity. In fact, Helen Keller once observed that the only thing that is worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Jackie Robinson had a vision. He used it to change America and indeed the world. Tonight, I ask that all of us remain committed to diversity and community outreach in honoring the legacy of Jackie Robinson by continuing our collective support of the Foundation. On behalf of Unilever and our dedicated and impassioned employees around the world, thank you so much for this prestigious award.